recording. Power 104.1, The Source, the new home of Southern Soul, Blues, and R&B, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Tate Jones on the microphone. Say it with me now, Memphis. Tate Jones on the microphone. And I want to welcome you to another edition of the Tate Jones Show. Oh, we got a good show for you today. Whoa! Like I said, we like to highlight local artists and national artists, but today we got a guy that's going to blow your butts out of the seat. Today our special guest is Jay Lake. Jay Lake, everybody. This is the Tate Jones Show on Power 104.1, The Source. So you stay tuned. Tell another friend to tell another friend. The Tate Jones on the microphone show is on. And we'll be back with Jay Lake after these messages. Power 104.1, The Source. Tate Jones on your microphone. Say it with me now, Memphis. Tate Jones on your microphone. And we want to welcome y'all out to the Tate Jones Show right here in Memphis, Tennessee on Power 104.1, The Source, the hottest, the newest Southern Soul and R&B station in the South. Everybody, I want y'all to give it up right now for Mr. Jay Lake. Give it up, give it up. How you doing today, Mr. Lake?
I'm good, man. You all right?
Man, I'm good. I'm glad to have you aboard over here in the Power Studios right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Yes, man, sir. I tell you what, Jay Lake, you've been blowing up here, boy. I'm telling you. I'm glad to finally get you up in the studios live. I know we've done an interview or two, via on the voicemail, on the cell phone. But I got you live in the Power Studios, man. What you think?
Yeah, man. I like it, man. It came together. It's coming together.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We trying to make it work, trying to, give another platform for local artists and beyond to come in and let their music be heard.
Yeah, man. That's a blessing, too. That's a blessing because we need it.
Oh, we definitely need it. I mean, we have the internet out there, and a lot of folks get on the internet. But there's something about them FCC airways. You just can't get rid of it. I know a lot of folks do a lot of things on the internet.
Right.
And a lot of folks say, well, I don't listen to radio like I used to, but the radio ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, no. You need the radio. You need the radio. It still feel good to come into the radio station, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you on that.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, Jeff, we're going to start this interview out. Just in case people have no idea who you are, just give us a little background about yourself and how you became interested in getting into this music industry.
Well, I'm originally from Bolivar, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? Born and raised, started out gospel, you know what I'm saying? Gospel background, quartet music. When I was in high school, I decided I want to do something a little different, you know what I'm saying? So I started producing and making tracks and making little R&B music and putting it out, passing out CDs at school, going to gas stations, beauty salons, barbershops, passing out CDs, out the trunk, you know what I'm saying?
Getting that hustle on.
Yeah, man, the old way. And, man, just grinding, man. And a long time ago, like 2007, I put out a record called Paint a Picture. It made it to radio. And, man, started getting bookings and it started feeling a little good, man. So I got on it.
That's all right right there. Yeah. So you were doing it back in high school?
Yeah. I've been doing music a long time, man.
Oh, man.
I mean, when I was in gospel, my mom group, they was with the Lee Williams and those people back when I was small.
Right.
And then I joined a group out of Memphis, Tennessee called Perfection, which we was signed to the Barcades. Man, we was with Ty Tribbett, the Clark sisters, Mary. So I really been on all of the, different areas of music, man. R&B, opening for Tank and Genuine and a lot of artists. And then now, doing some Southern Soul and been with all of them. So Man, I think I kind of been around the board a little bit.
Man, that's all right there. I think I remember the group Perfection. I remember they did a concert in Jackson, Tennessee.
They did.
And I think Leandra Johnson or either Pastor Tim Rogers was on that show.
I know they have been to Jackson.
Okay.
They have been to Jackson, yeah.
Man, that's all right, and like I say, in most cases, I know people that watch my interview were like, he said the same thing over and over, but I can't get away from it. Most of every person that's an artist that I've talked to, their foundation or their roots started in the church.
Yeah. I mean, every now and then you have a couple people slip through, you know what I'm saying, that don't have a church background, but all of the people that I know came from, church, especially the artists and stuff that I work for and with. All of them been in the church, man. Urban Mystic, you know what I'm saying, Calvin Richardson, L.J. Eccles, you know what I'm saying, like.
And I agree, and again, I feel like I'm Pete and repeat. The church is one of the earliest places for you to have that platform to sing, to talk in front of a public audience.
Absolutely.
So I'm not really a singer, but I've sung in church choirs.
And let everybody sing.
Exactly. And they'll clap for them.
Yeah.
Go on, baby. Let God use you.
That's the only place you get away with it.
That is definitely true.
Yeah.
And I said my Easter speaking, so that was public speaking for me.
Right.
Now, we know you sing, and you mentioned something about producing. So the people that might not understand what producing actually is, can you go into a little detail? What is a producer and what do they do in this music industry?
Well, producing the music, you know what I'm saying, writing, and also write too. So, producing the artist, making the right track for the artist, you know what I'm saying, making tracks, writing records. You can be a vocal producer. A lot of people may need help in the studio they may be able to sing, but they may not be a recording artist.
Gotcha.
So that's called a vocal producer. I'm vocal producing you. So like I said, I've been doing that, man, for many years, man. And God, it's been a blessing to come from a small town and being able to do a lot that I have done so far. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, go ahead.
So you can be a writer, but not be a producer, or be a producer and not be a writer.
Right. Yeah, but see, like the thing about it is most writers, some people may write records and they don't even know they can just write it on a piece of paper and just kind of just hum it, but they might not be able to sing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they may do a little demo, but they might sound terrible. You know what I'm saying? But they got to get it to somebody that can sing. You know what I'm saying? So you're just a writer. You know what I'm saying? But like people like myself, like I'm an artist and I'm a writer, producer. So I'm putting it all together at the same time.
You like the whole gambit?
Yeah, man. I like to be a one-stop shop, man.
Man, that's all right. That's all right. Because I know I've had other artists in, and I asked them, do they write some of their songs, or have other people to write some of their songs? And the majority of the people I've dealt with mostly have been artists.
Right.
But they have done some writing. But on the producing side, it's not that many that I personally have talked to that can be a writer, can be an artist, and be a producer.
Right.
To cover all those things, because I can just imagine having to put the beat together and then have to write the song and make sure their vocals are right. I know that takes some time and determination to get that done.
Yeah, well, man, look, man, I come from a small city, and I couldn't, when I was young, man, I couldn't afford to go pay people, you know what I'm saying, nice studios and stuff like that. So, man, I got my first equipment. My first equipment was some hand-me-down equipment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one of my guys had a setup he wanted to upgrade, and he was selling his used equipment. So, man, I scrapped up some money and I bought it.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I made it work for me. You know what I'm saying? Until I can afford to, get some other things. So, but it worked for me for a long time.
Well, I tell you what, brother. I got a little background in photography. And so, a lot of my first photography equipment, I got hand-me-downs. I also went to the pawn shop and bought used cameras. Right. So until I could do better, I started out with the used stuff, and it was just as good. It gave me the foundation that I needed.
Right.
So when I did get the stuff that was on another level, I knew how to use it and I could appreciate it because, hey, if that more advanced stuff was to break down, I could always go back to the old hand-me-down because I know it would still work.
It's going to work. Yes, sir.
So now, let's say with gospel, you probably sung some original songs, but I'm sure you probably have sung some cover songs too.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the first song that you sung that was yours, and where did you perform that song at?
Man, I was doing a lot of gigs in Jackson, Tennessee, but I was performing music. Like I said, my first known song in the region, in the area of that area, Bolivar, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, was called "Paint a Picture."
Paint a Picture, right?
Yeah, and then shout out to Radio Rashid over at Kicks 96 or 96 Kicks.
What's up, Rashid?
In Jackson, Tennessee, he the first person that played it on the radio.
Oh wow, okay.
So he told me, I never forget. He told me, "Hey man, I'm gonna put it in there for 6 weeks and see how it go. If they ain't feeling it, I'm gonna pull it off." But man, that song stayed on there forever.
Really?
Yeah, man. And then I started getting bookings for the local promoters. You know what I'm saying? There in Jackson, Tennessee, and until I got to the point where I decided, hey man, I want some more money, so
yeah,
I'm gonna start throwing shows myself. You know what I'm saying? So I started booking venues. You know what I'm saying? Throwing my own shows. So I was the promoter and the artist. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on, wait a minute. Let me make sure I recap this. Okay, you said you're the producer,
right?
Writer, artist. Now you're a promoter also.
Man, back then I was a promoter. I was throwing shows, man, every 2 months.
Every 2 months.
Yeah, at a spot called Miss Alice.
You know, I remember that because Jackson is my hometown too. I'm a West Tennessee guy, so I remember Miss Alice.
Yeah, every 2 months, man, I would throw a show. I'd bring in an artist or just me, and we'll pack it out, man. We'll pack it out, and I loved it because it was intimate. You know what I'm saying? It probably the most you can get is like 175 people in there, but we packed it out every time.
Oh man!
And man, we just kept doing. We did it for about 7 years.
Wow,
7 years.
That's a good run right there.
7 years every 2 months.
Wow. I mean, that is a really, really good one.
Yeah. So, I man, we've been thinking about going do like a homecoming or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, sign me on for that.
Yeah.
You hear that, Jackson, West Tennessee?
Yeah.
You might have a homecoming coming.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I used to be involved with the comedy club here in Memphis called Chuckles. And I used to always interview the headliners. And we talk about national headlining artists, comedians. And I would always ask them the question, just like you just said, for us intimate. Do you like an intimate setting like a nightclub like this, like Chuckles, or do you like the big arena? And a lot of them would say they like the intimate spot because they could just really look into the audience eyes and really feel how the audience is really feeling it versus a big giant arena.
Yep. I mean, I love, man, that's why I did it the way I did it.
Okay.
I love the intimacy, you know what I'm saying? But I do love those summer, shows outside, you know what I'm saying? I do love the arenas. But, like I said, you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can see some people rocking and some people chilling, some people talking, you know what I'm saying? But when it's intimate, about 200 people, you know what I'm saying? You can get out there and really vibe with the people, you know what I'm saying? So I really love it. And I'm a personal person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes a difference too.
Yeah, I'm real personal, you know what I'm saying? I love people and I love to vibe with people, man. And like I said, man, even people that support me, like I show love to them. I don't, they hit me up, I hit them back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I move.
So tell us about Party, because we're gonna get into that song Party. Tell us a little bit about that. How did that come about, and what gave you the inspiration to write it?
Man, Party was on some accident stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, man, I was doing R&B, so I was on shows with R&B artists. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to Southern Soul, but I wasn't doing it. So long story short, man, my brother, he loves Southern Soul. He playing Pokey and people like this. So I was like, man, do one song, just see how it go. And I told him no at least 3 or 4 times. So the last time he asked me, I went home and I created Party, man.
Well, okay, that sounds good, everybody. We're finna get into it now. If you hadn't heard Party, turn those radios way up, because we're about to get into Party by Jay Lake.
I wanna party. I wanna do it one time with Southern Soul. Casino. This your boy JL. We can run to the country party. As long as we are having fun. And I'm ready to have a good time. Yeah, it's Friday. Just got on. Got to run by the store. Get a 12-pack of that Coke. Make a loop. Gotta run home. Take a shower. Put on some clothes. Yeah, I gotta get fresh so I can step out. Put on my best cologne. Check the mirror and hit the door.
you want to jump in there and sing, you can.
Oh man.
Uncle Mike, he always fried you fish on Friday. I might stop by and get me a plate before it get too late. All I'm trying to tell you, I wanna party. I just wanna have a good time. Casino, it don't matter. I got money to run to the country by the juke joint. As long as we are having fun, I just wanna have a good time. I wanna party. Come on and ride with me. Casino, I'm feeling lucky tonight. We can run to the country by the juke joint. As long as we are having fun, it don't matter. I just wanna have a good time. Good time, play it for me. It don't matter. I just wanna have a party. I just wanna have a good time. Casino, I wanna hit the table. We can run to the country by the juke. As long as we are having fun, I just wanna have a good time, baby. I wanna party. We can go anywhere you want. The casino, I just wanna have a good time. We can run to the country by the juke. As long as we are having fun, I wanna have a good time. Party.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Party by Jay Lake. Man, I tell you what, that video shoot, it looked like y'all had a great time out there.
Yeah, man. We took the video shoot to Bolivar, Tennessee, man. To the
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we shot in my hometown. Yeah.
Man, that's all right. You said it's Uncle Mike?
Uncle Mike. I got a real Uncle Mike.
Okay. Yeah, because that fish like it was a big boy.
And he cooked fish.
Boy, I tell you,
So-
man, that was a good video. I really enjoyed watching that, man.
Yeah.
And the song has such a good feel to it. I know the weather is beautiful out here, man. It just, that's the kind of sound that get you geared up for the summer.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a summer record. Most definitely.
Now, I know you had a remix with that. Who's on that remix with you?
LJ Eccles.
LJ, that's right, LJ Eccles.
Yeah, man. It almost been Urban Mystic.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, actually, like me and Herb been friends for a long time, and my guy had was he was a promoter, so he was with Herb, and he was telling me Herb was like, man, I wish I had to get on that record before he put it out, you know what I'm saying? But I had something else for him, so I ended up doing, it was country record,
Right.
so I ended up going with LJ.
Okay.
And then the next record we came back with, Urban Mystic.
Oh, right, that's right. Now I tell you what, I love LJ, man. I done had him on several shows too, man. He got a great following, and that remix y'all got, I really like that.
Most
I
definitely.
like the original as well.
Mhm.
Now, being a producer and a writer, could you give us, you don't have to list everybody, but give us a couple people that you have wrote or produced that's already established out there in Southern Soul.
LJ Eccles.
Okay.
Let's Get Drunk.
Now that's a banger right there.
Yeah. LJ Eccles, Let's Get Drunk. Right now Tavares is doing really well.
Yeah, we playing him on the station. I'm very familiar with Tavares.
Yeah. Love That Woman.
Love That Woman. Y'all hear that? Love That Woman by Tavares.
Yeah.
Jay Lake wrote that.
Yeah. And I did some production for Urban Mystic had did the Feelings. What's the Jasmine Sullivan Feelings?
Right.
He did a remake of that.
Okay.
And I produced that as well. And multiple artists. A lot of the new up and coming Southern Soul artists. Just did some with Willie Clayton. It's not
Oh,
out
really?
yet. Yeah, it's not out yet, but just did some with Willie Clayton. So yeah, man, just Omar Cunningham. We work together a lot, you know what I'm saying? So those are my OGs, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, so yeah, man, good people.
I met Omar, I think it was last year at the 50th annual Jackson Music Awards. And I told him, I said, hey, we got to be related somewhere. Either we in the same slave house or something,
Right.
Both of us have the same last name,
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to doing some things with him as well.
Yeah.
He's he's a really cool guy.
Oh,
man.
great guy, man. We talk almost every other day,
Okay.
Good guy.
Now, also, isn't it something else that you and him have in common as far as in the music industry?
Oh, yeah, he's a writer.
Yeah, he's a
Definitely
writer.
Oh, we both are part of the Recording Academy.
There you go.
Yeah, man. The Grammys of Recording Academy. Matter of fact, he the one brought me in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Good deal.
When he got in, they had a like a meet and greet event, and here in Memphis, and he came in and invited me, man, and I got to meet a lot of people, and the following year I got in. I think Lacey came in with us.
Okay.
And so man, it's been great. It's been great. Looking forward to. I was supposed to be going to the Grammys.
Okay.
With them, because I think him and Jason, they all went up there, and I was supposed to be a part, but I couldn't make it this year. So, but hopefully next year I can get up there.
Definitely. You know what? My youngest daughter, she's an inspiring actress, and matter of fact, she was on Tyler Perry's movie, The 688, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And I got a call from her, and she said, "Dad, guess where I'm at?" I said, "Where you at?" She said, "I'm at the Grammy." I said, "What? You at the Grammy? How you beat me to the Grammy?"
She beat you to the Grammys.
Yeah, she was there. I was like, man. So I know she lived in Atlanta for a little while. So I don't know what kind of contact she made, but hey, she was at the Grammys last year.
She know the right
too.
people.
Yeah,
like she know the right people.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to do now, we're gonna take a commercial break right here, and then we'll be back with more with Jay Lake. All right, and we are back with Jay Lake. We're about to get into another one of your songs. It's called Sunday Night Drive. Sunday Night Drive. Tell us a little bit about that, Jay.
Man, actually, I had did Sunday Night Drive in a different way a long time ago when I was doing, a lot of R&B. I just want to bring it back, man. I'm doing a lot of remakes now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Bringing it back. A lot of the new fans, I don't call people fans, but supporters, they are now, learning about the music. So I'm doing new stuff. So Sunday Night Drive is a record that I redid. So I hope they enjoy it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, everybody, y'all get ready. Here's Sunday Night Drive by Jay Lake.
Sunday
And that was Sunday Night Drive by Jay Lake. Now, I like that song too. I guess I'm going to repeat and repeat and repeat again because I like that song. You know, I like the cover, you know, because it just has that feel that you get a drop top and just go ride. You know, if you're in the country, go ride in the country. If you're on the coast, you go riding on the beach down the sunset.
Absolutely.
Man, I really, really like that. So, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, when you first got in the music business, did you see the success that you have now? Did you think you would reach the success that you have now?
Man, the answer I can give you is I definitely prayed for it, man. Like I was a different kid.
Okay.
You know, like a lot of kids was outside playing. You know, I played a little bit, but man, most of the time I was in the house. All my brothers, they was almost, you know, 20 and stuff like that when I was, you know, already small. So, man, I used to watch people like, you know, like Calvin Richardson and Genuine and, you know, Keith Sweat.
Okay.
You know, I used to watch them when I was young.
So would you say they had some of your inspiration that kind of inspired you to get into music?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. So like watching them, I wanted to do that. And then, man, when I got old enough and got in the music business, I was blessed to share the stage with those guys, even Urban Mystic. Like I was a big Calvin Richardson, Urban Mystic fans, and now we're friends. You know what I'm saying?
That's great, right there. I was gonna ask you. I know for a fact. I know you've met Urban Mystic and Calvin Richardson.
Yeah. But
you mentioned Keith Sweat. Have you had the opportunity to meet him?
Yeah, absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
Great.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was on a show with Keith Sweat, and I tried to go introduce myself. And when I walked up to him, I said, "Hey, man," I'm at the time I was going by JL, so I was like, "Hey, man, I'm JL." That man looked at me and said, "Hey, I know who you are."
Wow.
That's what he said. So I was like, you know, I mean, that was, you know, I mean, you know,
they had to make you feel some kind of way, make you feel good on the inside. One of your idols that you look up to in this music industry, and he said, "I know who you are."
Right. I was calling myself, introducing myself.
Right.
He already knew, so I was like, cool, man.
But that had to be good. I know I saw, you know, I'm a big follower of Country Wayne.
Okay.
And Country Wayne, boy, I tell you, he didn't came over leaps and bounds. I mean, he's there.
Absolutely.
And I remember I saw a skit, and Keith Sweat was in the skit. And it was funny, too, because, you know, I think Country Wayne was trying to book Keith Sweat. And Country Wayne was like, what kind of discount I get? No, the price is the price.
Yeah.
He wasn't budging off that price, you know.
Firm, man.
He said, "I'm the GOAT. I've been here a long time. I done paid my dues. So if you want me to be at your show, Country Wayne, this the price."
Yeah. He firm, man. He firm.
Now, another song we're about to get into shortly is BBL.
Right.
So a lot of people know about the BBLs. I think that stands for Brazilian butt lift.
Correct.
Okay. So what inspired you to make that song?
Man, it's something different. Actually, man, I wrote that for another artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the PC band had called me to produce a record for an artist, man. And that's what I came up with. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, you know, they wanted to pass on the song. They liked the track, but they wanted to pass on the actual song. So I was like, man, I'm gonna do it myself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's a blessing, man, to have good relationships with people, because I put the record out and Pep called me from PC Band like, "Hey, man, you know, that song was for you. I'm glad you kept it." You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense now. You know what I'm saying? That record really was for you. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I was kind of nervous because, man, I try to keep my music clean. You see what I'm saying? And I was a little nervous about it. But, man, people love it.
They love it.
You know
they love it. I mean, it is so relevant to the time.
Yeah.
And the culture, as they say. Because, you know, I was talking to a lady one time, and I think we both was in Florida at the time. And so she said, "Well, I got to sit on this pillow on the way back to Memphis." I said, "Sit on a pillow? What do you need to sit on a pillow for?" "Well, I came down here to Miami to get one of them BBL." I said, "You gotta be kidding me." She said, "No, I'm serious." So I had to sit on a special pillow they had on the plane. I'm like, wow, you came all the way down to Memphis. I mean, I'm from Memphis to Miami to get a BBL.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. They doing it. But my message behind the record wasn't just about, you know, BBL. It was pretty much saying, I don't know if it's real. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, if it's real or if it's, you know, a BBL, whatever it is, it looked good to me. That's, you know. That's the message behind the record. You know what I'm saying?
And I definitely agree with that because Memphis, we're in the Bible Belt, so there's a lot of churches around here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of liquor stores around here.
Right.
Something else that there's a lot of, damn near on every corner, if not two on a corner, is an Asian beauty shop.
Oh yeah.
Beauty supply. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So we know women spend big money to look a certain way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I agree with you. A woman might have fake nails, she might have fake lashes, have fake hair, but hey, if that's what you feel to make you look good,
right.
Go ahead and do what you do.
Yes, sir. Them beauty salons. I mean, beauty places
Supply.
like that. Yeah, they booming.
Exactly. Anytime I throw a show, no matter what city I'm in,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go to the beauty shop because I know if it's a small city, a big city, we know the traffic of black females are gonna come in their shop.
Yeah.
And being a promoter myself, I know that females are the one to purchase those tickets.
Absolutely.
They the one make. If we wait on the guys, man, we would never make no money.
So y'all really helping each other if you think about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Sure.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into Jay Lake's BBL.
It's your boy Jay Lake. And if you know that thing look good, meet me on the dance floor. She got a BBL, but that thing look good to me. Yes, it does. Like the way she walk, like the way she talk. But that thing look good to me. Yes, it does.
BBL by Jay Lake. Again, I like that. I like that song, man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I agree with the statement. Long as it look good to me, I don't care if it's real or fake. Long as it look good to me. Because we know men, we are visual creatures.
Right, for sure.
We like what we see.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, next question I have for you is a two-part question.
Okay.
Who in Southern Soul would you like to work with that you haven't worked with, and who outside of Southern Soul, it could be R&B, gospel, or whatever, that you would like to work with if possible?
Man, I probably in Southern Soul, man. I probably work with Sir Charles.
Sir Charles, okay.
Yeah, we haven't worked. I work with a lot of them, but I haven't worked with Sir Charles, so I probably work with Sir Charles. R&B side, I would say, man, like definitely, man. See, I like people that produce right, like me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Babyface, man.
Babyface, oh man, yeah.
Yeah. I like to work with Babyface.
So, Sir Charles, you might have to hurry up and jump on that now. He said this is his
I
last year.
I think he's gonna keep recording though.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Johnny Roll, I remember back in the day, every year they went out of business.
Yeah.
But the next year they was back open.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like I said, man, I've been able to cross paths with everybody in Southern Soul, like all the people that people love, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've crossed paths, but it's just certain people I would like to work with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I feel like a lot of people just be doing stuff just to be doing it. I try to do everything with a purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? So so that's me. Yeah.
So Sir Charles, Babyface, we got a man right here want to work with you.
Yeah.
Now, Southern Soul, just in general, the state of Southern Soul. In your opinion, what is the state of Southern Soul right now?
Man, Southern Soul going crazy right now.
I agree.
South Carolina doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? And Mississippi and Alabama has always been jumping in Southern Soul. So South Carolina trying to slide up to the top, man.
Are they? Tell me why you say that. Tell me why you say that. Maybe I'm missing something.
I mean, like, the line dance thing is huge there. And I'm starting to see, man, that they partying on through the week.
Are they?
Yeah, man. They partying I'm seeing people on Facebook, in South Carolina partying during the week, line dancing. You know what I'm saying? And to the Southern Soul records. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me say this. Let me say this in another Southern state's defense. Now, I was down in Atlanta on March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and that was a Monday.
Okay.
Oh my God! Now we had Tony Old Money there, 803 Fresh, Sky Wiley, Stacey Adams, right? Big Git was there, from the Goodie Mob, right? DJ Trucker, I'm sorry, DJ Big O, DJ Dirty, and a special guest nobody expected, Monica was there.
Right, yeah, I saw Monica there. Yeah.
On a Monday.
Yeah. Man, a lot of people, man, the game is changing. Like,
it is.
I got a lot of, man, I just got booked for like 3 shows on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I used to not have no shows on Sunday.
That's
It'd be Friday and Saturday, you know what I'm saying? Coming home on Sunday.
Right.
And now I'm going in on Sunday, you know what I'm saying? We'll be in Panama, me and 803 and Miss Brown Sugar this weekend, Panama City. Yeah.
Okay, Panama City, y'all get ready. It's coming up. Yeah. It is coming up. Now, 803, speaking of 803, I got a chance to conversate with him a couple of times here. And I tell you, that guy right there, King George definitely have laid a foundation down where people outside of Southern Soul is recognizing Southern Soul.
Right.
But with this one song that 803 Fresh has, I believe he's hitting some boundaries King George hadn't even hit yet.
He's doing well.
He's doing well with it. I think about 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, he was on, his song was played on Good Morning America.
Gotcha.
And I want to say, when they did it on Good Morning America, his stock had to go up like 800%.
Oh, yeah.
It had to go up because I don't even think they actually mentioned his name.
Yeah.
But they played his song.
Okay. Yeah. Well, man, like, we were just on a show together in Greenwood, Mississippi. I think it was me, him, and a lot of other people, King George. And I
was there. I remember the show, yeah.
But I haven't, me and him, we haven't spoken yet, but he seems like a very humble guy.
He is. Man, he is. I did a little interview with him that night, And I definitely got a voice drop from him that night, and he is definitely down to earth.
For sure.
But at that point, he wasn't even at where he's at now.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like I tell people all the time, all you need is one record, man. One record to have you busy for at least a season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember growing up hearing Ron DMC say something like that. Ron DMC said that a hit record, a true hit record, would change your life.
Absolutely.
Change your zip code. I mean, it would really change your life.
For sure. And take care of your money when you get it.
There you go. You got to have some people
Yeah.
to make sure they watch over your money, because just like in this industry and many other industries, there's a lot of crooks out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of crooks out there, so you have to definitely be a steward of your income and make sure you have the right people watching over it.
That's right.
Now, another one of your songs that we want to play before we get out of here is called Somebody Gotta Be.
Yes, sir.
Somebody Gotta Be.
Mm-hmm. The life of the party.
The life of the party. I wanted you to finish that statement for me. Somebody gotta be the life of the party.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned in. We got one more segment going, but we're gonna take a few commercial breaks so we can take care of a couple of these bills right here. This is Tate Jones, Power 104.1 The Source, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back on the Tate Jones on the Microphone show. And with our special guest is Jay Lake. Very talented gentleman, very talented gentleman. But now we're about to get into one of his hits. It's called Somebody Gotta Be.
Somebody gotta be the life of the party. Ain't no standing around. Let's get the party started. I was at a no joint late one Friday night. There wasn't no man there. You can tell he was feeling right. That man hit the floor. He was up on every song. I was headed to the bar. He said, young man, let me get one. He kept on dancing, y'all, having a good old time. He was pulling on the ladies to the floor, and they looking mighty fine. Some of the fellas were sitting right, looking real strange. That old man said, brother, for many years I've been doing my thing. You know what? Somebody gotta be the life of the party. Ain't no standing around. Let's get the party started. Somebody gotta be the life of the party. Ain't no standing around. Let's get the party started. Next thing you knew, that old man had the party started. Even the fellas got up. That old man said, I think they called it. They saw that old man making them women drop it real low. The DJ stopped playing. The old man said, give me one more. When it was time to leave, he danced all the way to the door. He had the time of his life. He really wasn't ready to go. Somebody gotta be the life of the party. That old man gave me that juke joint and got that party started. Yeah, somebody gotta be the life of the party. Ain't no standing around. Let's get the party started. Somebody gotta be the life of the party. Ain't no standing around. Let's get the party started. Somebody gotta be the life of the party. Ain't no standing around. Let's get the party started.
Somebody gotta be.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I really like that song too.
Okay.
And I like the smoothness of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Soothing.
yeah, it's soothing. It soothes the soul. You know, you can just sit back and just relax. I think that's the kind of music a person 50 plus can listen to, and a person 25 can listen to as well.
Right.
And they can sit back and just groove to the beat themselves.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I have complimented you on before is your dress. Boy, you're a smooth dressing brother.
I appreciate
it. You know, smooth dressing brother. So do you have a stylist or something to help you out? Or do you pick your own? Or who help you out with your clothes?
I am my stylist.
Oh, okay. so that's another thing we need to add to that list.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, go ahead.
No, I just try to be careful, man. You know, the big boys always kind of hard to find. You know, J.C. Penney's, man, they just throw anything in there for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but I try to look high and low, man, for some decent gear. You know what I'm saying? To hit the stage with. Then, you know, also, you know, we do shirts and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody got a BT shirts we got now.
Yeah, let's tell us about that. So, y'all see that somebody got me t-shirts. So tell us, if somebody wanted to get one of those shirts, where can they get it from?
The website. You can go to our website, www.epicbyjlake.com. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff over there. We got a new website, www.djlake.com.
So they can get it at either one of the websites?
Well, on djlake.com is more of the music side of the business. And, you know, the other website is for the merchandise.
Okay. Now give us the website again for the t-shirt, the merchandise.
Yeah, it's www.epicbyjlake. That's EPIQUE by jlake.com.
Okay. Well, while we're doing, let's go ahead and get these handles out the way, because we know there's so many fake pages out there. I don't know if it's somebody in America or somebody in Jamaica. Somebody said people in Jamaica.
I think they're out the country, man.
Yeah, because even when I make posts with some of the artists, you know, you'll look at it might be a week old,
right? And
then it go on there, and it might have King George on there.
Yeah.
And then I go look at it, and King George only got one fan. I said, nah, that's fake. So I had to ban them from my page. So
I had a fake page, a fake J Lake page share my page.
What?
They shared a post on my page, man. A fake J Lake page. So yeah, they heavy out there. You know what I'm saying?
So give everybody your handles where they can follow you at.
Oh man, it's on Facebook. It's I am J Lake. You know, and my regular page, Jawaski Lake, is verified. So if you don't have that blue check, it's not me. You know what I'm saying? Then I got the I am J Lake page. All digital. I mean, all, you know, Instagram, TikTok is I am J Lake. All of them. Yeah.
I am J Lake. I am J Lake. So you can follow him. Now, they can just Google J Lake and a lot of that stuff pop up? Because I know a lot of us forget a lot of things. You know, me personally, I just like to say Google J Lake. Google this.
All they gonna pop up.
Well, that's great. That is great. That is really good right there. So we are coming to the end of the Tate Jones Show. And if you didn't know J Lake before this hour, you definitely should know him now. We definitely appreciate J Lake coming out today and spending a little time with us and letting the fans, letting the supporters, letting the listeners get to know who he is. Power 104.1, The Source, is a radio station right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And we try to make some things happen. Elevate not only national artists, but local artists too. You can find us at Power 104.1, The Source. You can just Google that. Power 104.1, The Source. Our website will pop up. Our Instagram will pop up. Our Facebook will pop up. You can go follow us. Go follow us and let us know how we're doing. We got a lot of big shows coming up. Hey, I will be hosting some shows coming up. Tate Jones on the microphone, so y'all look for me. Come out and support us. No matter if you're here in Memphis or you are far. You can listen to us outside of the Memphis area. Go and download go download the Live 365 app, and you can hear us wherever you at. If you're in Jamaica, you can hear us. If you're in Dubai, you can hear us. But we want you to do one thing, just to hear us. Jay, we really appreciate you coming out, brother. Yes, and we're about to wrap this up. Power 104.1, The Source, the new home of Southern Soul and Blues, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Tate Jones on the microphone. Say it with me now. Tate Jones on the microphone.
Yes, sir.
And we're out.